Hi there, welcome back to Histo with Hladik. Today we're going to talk about the different types of simple aqueous fixatives and their function, properties, and more. I'm going to give a brief explanation from each one of them and give some advantages and disadvantages. This is the second part of this series, so glyoxal is the smallest dialdehyde, usually provided as a 40% water-based solution. It has become popular in both industry and histology as a less toxic alternative to formaldehyde. Glyoxal fixes tissues very rapidly. Biopsies can be processed after just 45 minutes, and surgical specimens are ready in 4 to 6 hours. It is available in both alcohol and water-based versions. Avoids common formaldehyde artifacts like smudgy nuclei and poor staining. Works well with most special stains and does not interfere with PAS stain. Prolonged tissue storage can weaken staining but can be counteracted by prolonging staining time. But it produces a poor H. pylori stain. Erythrocytes are lysed and eosinophils granules dissolve. It may reduce the visibility of microcalcifications in breast biopsies, which is important because pathologists rely on seeing those microcalcifications for future studies. Mercury chloride, also known as corrosive sublimate, was once a common component in fixatives, but is now rarely used due to its high toxicity. It is included here mainly for historical context and because some labs still prefer its unique staining results. Mercury is a strong protein coagulant, helping tissue absorb stains more effectively and help preserve tissue structure. But tissue becomes too hard after a long exposure. It penetrates tissue poorly and may cause shrinkage. It produces a brown pigment, which is a removable artifact, by applying iodine to make the mercury soluble, and then sodium thiosulfate is used to wash the iodine away. Osmium tetroxide is not commonly used in routine histopathology, but plays a crucial role in electron microscopy, where fine structural detail must be preserved, especially lipids. Tissues prepared for electron microscopy are typically first fixed in aldehydes, followed by post-fixation with osmium tetroxide. Osmium binds strongly to lipids, stabilizing them and preventing their loss. This is a crucial step because up to 93% of lipids may be lost after fixation with formaldehyde alone. However, with osmium tetroxide, only about 7% of lipids are lost, resulting in cell membranes to appear under electron microscopy. But it is extremely toxic, expensive, and releases dangerous fumes that can fix the eyes or nasal lining just from vapor exposure. Picric acid is unique in histology because it serves both as a fixative ingredient and a staining agent. Its name comes from the Greek word bitter. It acts as a coagulant fixative, especially strong on nucleoproteins, and can decalcify tissues with small calcium deposits like breast tissue. But it leaves DNA soluble, so it is not ideal if DNA or RNA staining is needed. Does not fix lipids or carbohydrates. It causes extreme shrinkage during tissue processing and must be washed out before processing to avoid long-term staining issues. If picric acid remains in tissue during embedding, it can alter or ruin staining results over time, eventually damaging cell structure visibility. Potassium dichromate is rarely used by itself as a fixative. It behaves differently depending on the pH of the solution. It acts as a non-coagulant in neutral or basic solution, and it becomes a coagulant at an acidic pH. It binds to some lipids, making them insoluble, and preserves mitochondria by stabilizing membrane lipids, but does not preserve DNA, as it dissolves easily in dichromat solutions. It leaves tissue soft but experiences more shrinkage during paraffin. It may produce a chromate pigment during processing. This pigment forms when tissue goes directly from dichromate into alcohol, creating insoluble chromium suboxides. To avoid pigment formation, thoroughly wash the tissue with running water before alcohol exposure. And if pigment persists, some sources suggest removing it with 1% hydrochloric acid in 70% alcohol for 30 minutes. And others say acetic alcohol can reduce but not fully eliminate the pigment. The effectiveness is uncertain and may vary in practice. Zinc salts, especially zinc sulfate, have become popular fixatives in recent years as a safer alternative to mercury-based fixatives. Zinc sulfate helps maintain antigens in good conditions during tissue fixation, so you do not have to unmask the antigen later in a process called antigen retrieval. Also replaces mercury in B5 solution used for lymph node and bone marrow, but it can cause artifact. Plus, some histochemicals and enzymatic stains are not compatible with zinc. To end, always remember all chemicals mentioned in this video must be handled with great care and respect. Follow your lab safety protocols and comply with OSHA and other regulatory guidelines to ensure a safe working environment. Safety first, always. And for more information and explanation, be sure to refer to the Frida Carson textbook. And if you're following along, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you do not miss the next episode. Thank you.